Mike King Biz. Mike King Biz here, host of On the Mike with Mike Richmond's premier business radio program. We're heard as part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1 daily from 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3 every day from 2 to 3 p.m., as well as International Business Growth Radio. That is Saturdays 10 a.m. Eastern. That's where you find us. That's where the game changers come to talk. On the Mike with Mike King Biz Radio is the premier business radio program in Central Virginia. Mike King says, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say yeah. Up, down, down. 'Cause all I do is win, 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 win. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mike with Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. Appreciate you being here with. So we're coming to you from the ESPN studios here in Richmond, Virginia, as part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1 every day, 5 to 7. The Choice 105.3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. It is one of the great times of the week. We're talking to our good friends from Poplar Springs. A lot of times you hear me talking to Lamar and Mary. This time Mary's rolling solo, but she ain't rolling solo totally. She's coming to us from the power of Zoom all the way in Texas, but then that's not even the best part of this. So Mary, I'm not going to steal your thunder. Really quickly, tell us who you are and what you do. Then we're going to dive into the real good part of this right here.
So I'm Mary Brandon. I am
wait,
the director. Can you hear me? No sound?
Hello?
You got me? Hello. Why is it not coming through? Are you there? Did he? Mike?
Hello, Mary?
Yep, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Alrighty, so this is Mary, Poplar Springs Hospital.
Yes, I am Mary Brandon. I am the Director of Infection Control, Employee Health, and Staff Development at Poplar Springs Hospital in Petersburg, Virginia. We have a hospital that has 174 beds, and we are open to the community for any of the mental health needs of the surrounding area as well as throughout the state.
So Mary's here with us. This is Poplar Springs. We'd like to thank them for being great partners of the program. So Mary, a lot of times I ask you, how are people doing out there? So you give us an update. What's it look like out in these streets right now for people? How they doing?
Well, there's still a lot of individuals that are still trying to come out of the pandemic. A lot of individuals suffering through depression, anxiety. We've seen a lot of people that were quarantined to their homes, as well as adolescents being quarantined to their homes. And when you're in an environment where you're around your significant others, sometimes you're all up in each other's space with a lack of things to do. And that can pretty much really get dicey when it comes to relationships.
All righty, so it's a special month for us here. A lot of times people come up and they talk about serious topics. You always have some serious topics, but you give us some understanding. What month is it that we are in now?
So September is National Suicide Prevention Month. That is put out by NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And right now the statistics show that 1 out of 4 Americans suffer from a mental illness, and suicide is now the 10th leading cause of death in the United States.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Wow, that is something. And so there is help that's available. That's Poplar Springs. That's what you guys are there for. And how can people find and get hold of you down at Poplar Springs?
So if you or someone that you love are suffering from a mental health crisis, or maybe feeling thoughts of suicide or thinking about suicide, you can reach us at 1-866-546-2229. All you have to do is call. We also have walk-in availability at our facility at 350 Poplar Drive in Petersburg, Virginia. We will come in and do an assessment at no cost to the individual.
Alrighty, so you're not here today just strictly as the infectious control boss over down at Poplar Springs, a community champion. You are here as the mama today. All right,
Yeah.
so explain to our listeners who we got with us.
So, like I was saying, 1 out of every 4 Americans has either themselves or someone that is affected by mental illness. And my son had a very difficult time last year as well himself. And so, when I say suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, it is important that we bring awareness to those who are falling into severe depression, severe anxiety, maybe noticing the signs and symptoms of individuals that may be becoming suicidal. And my son happened to be one of those individuals. And he is a fabulous writer and a very creative artist in music. And for National Suicide Prevention, he created 2 songs to bring awareness to depression and suicidal ideations.
There you go. And so you've been out there promoting his music already. We've heard it. And so shout out to the creative side. Mom, did you always know he was creative?
Well, I thought he was going to be on SNL, but hey, if he does music,
Wait a second. He was funny like that?
he is funny. Improv funny, yes.
There you go. All righty. So, all right, come on, man. Now, it's a business show. I always say, tell the folks who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Jackson Clark, also known as I Am White Widow, as my rapper stage name. I do music also on the side. I'm actually creating a mushroom business for gourmet mushrooms. I'm working on also the health benefits for the mind of the use of lion's mane. It's used as a major supplement for people that are in the mushroom community to help stimulate the brain and the nerves of the brain. It helps reduce the risks of having anything along the side of heart disease, stroke, heart attacks, brain disorders, Alzheimer's, dementia, and all sorts of neat stuff like that. So I'm working very hard on doing that and upping my business. But aside from that, I am been working a lot on my music, which I just released 2 new songs recently for Suicide Awareness Day, which was September 10th of this year or of this month. And both the songs is Depression and Lonely.
So real quickly, we got to get back to the business side. We're here to talk about music and that today. We got to have you come back on and talk about that side, like the mushroom side out and what you're doing there. I think our listeners would find that interesting. All righty, let's go down with the creative process side on what was the inspiration for the new music?
Back starting in 2019, all the way following up to the beginning of this year, I dealt with a lot, dealing with relationships, according to with my, the mother of my child, and also on top of that, a past toxic relationship. Back in last year of 2021, October 18th, I was on the break of myself and my mental health, and I became suicidal, in which I did try to act on said actions, and sadly it didn't, everything. I'm glad that nothing happened. A friend of mine stopped me. The cops were called. I actually went to jail because mental health is not very big out in Colorado, so they don't really know how to handle these things. So I was actually put in jail, and then after I was released, I actually wrote 2 songs in dedication for one of how I was feeling personally, and then also another song describing how it doesn't matter where you come from, your ethnic background, your race, whether you're rich or poor, everybody deals with depression on some kind of level. And a lot of people either try to rob people or try to drown their sorrows in, alcohol, or weed or whatever, substance they use, or even try to get away from depression using large amounts of money as rich people do. And no matter what you do, you really need to just work on your mental health. Because that's the only thing that's going to get you through the depression is working on your mental health.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Jackson Clark here, Mary Brandon. She is with Poplar Springs. He is an activist rapper as well as business person who is out there. Let me ask you, so you're out in the streets, Jackson. How are people doing? I always ask Mom that question. Is it better than it was before, or what's the mood on the streets?
Well, I mean, things are getting a little bit more lighter since the liftings of a lot of COVID policies. So a lot of people are more out and about now. It's good to see everybody reconnecting with each other again. Throughout this whole entire incident of COVID-19, the mental health has gone down tremendously from what I've seen in the streets. You know, a lot of my friends are going through it. They're struggling. They can barely pay their bills. They think that all hope is lost. And I'm still here to this day trying to, push all my friends into, seeing a therapist or a psychiatrist to help them out.
All righty, on the mic, Mike, what we do here, we talk to the best and the brightest. You got your music, you want to drop some on it?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it now. My first song that I'll be showing y'all is Depression. Go ahead and give me 1 second.
All righty. So that way you can give us some of that, then you can go, when we'll play that, then you'll go into a little bit to play some, we'll talk a little bit about it, then go into your second song, tell us a little bit about that, and then how can people find you out there and support you.
Sounds good. Thank you. So you got it? So this is the first one. Can you hear it?
I can hear.
This song's called Depression. But don't go away. No, it does not numb the pain. It just happens every day. But it don't go away. No, it does not numb the pain. It just happens every day. What do you think? Drugs to the brain, hitting these things, swerving in lanes, doing the same, feeling insane, cause it don't go away. No, it don't. No, it does not numb the pain. It just happens every day. What do you think? Mill in the bank, real mistakes, still the same. Got in my way, cannot complain, but it don't go away. No, it does not numb the pain. It just happens every day. So hard to think, stressing my brain, nothing to say. Do anything to just take out the pain. So I go hard and I roll in the pain. Struggle the same, running in pain. I'm not the same. Feel like I'm stuck in a maze. Going in circles insane. Wanting to make a new change.
All right, Jackson, let me ask you. So how long what was the inspiration about that? Let's talk through it. And when it was done, did you know it was done?
Yeah, when once I actually finished it and got everything put down, it took me probably like 2 weeks to revise it and go through it and make sure that's exactly how I wanted it to go. And yeah, once I came to the realization it was there, I was just like, yo, this is the song. This is like, again, like I said, this is just speaking, this one song is just speaking about, it doesn't matter what background you come from, everybody suffers depression, and you just got to make sure that you work on your mental health and make sure you do that so that you don't fall into these dark places in your mind, so that you can keep yourself positive and energetic, because negativity can really demolish everything great for you.
When you see where friends are out there, you can tell when they're struggling.
Oh, of course. I know, and it's all about, staying communicative with your friends, not hiding secrets and stuff like that. You have to have a very good support group, and thank God I do. When I see my friends going through it, I know them like the back of my hand. If I see them not acting the way that they usually act, I'm going to start asking questions and make sure I get to the root of the problem.
So, Mom, let's talk to Mary. One of the times we talk to women, as opposed to men, a lot of times in the past, women would be more open to getting help. Whereas men were asking them, how you doing? And we're like, I'm doing great. And you see the wheels falling off. But then when you see your son here, he's up there, he's doing that, and he's making a difference. Talk a little bit about that.
So yeah, majority of the time women are a little bit more open with their feelings. They talk to their friends, especially when they're feeling down. So usually when women become suicidal, they will sometimes talk to their friends about it. They usually give a lot of cues prior to actually acting on suicide. Whereas majority of men will not normally talk about it or share their where we go. They normally won't share what's going on with them And men are more apt to acting on suicide more so than women are, a lot faster without talking about it. So I'm really glad that my son has actually learned from this and that he does go out there and promote um, um, support systems for his friend and bringing awareness that it's okay for men to have feelings. It's okay for them to be depressed. It's okay for them to ask for help. And I think a lot of times men just do not ask for help when they should.
And that's true. All right, so Jackson, that was the first one. That was depression. How can people find that out there?
They can find it on all music platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and YouTube by looking up I Am White Widow, no spaces, all one word, I Am White Widow.
All righty, and what you got for us next?
The second song is Lonely. This one's a little bit more personal, about describing a little bit more about my life.
All right, hit us, man.
Jackson, make sure you actually sing the whole song.
I got you.
No, man, see,
Sing it for me.
You're trying to perform. You're trying to do the right thing. Here's mom dropping it in there. Coaching them up.
I heard that.
I'm also his manager there.
Well, hey, yeah, I hear you, mom. Mom's striking a deal for you. She got you here on ESPN. I don't know. I'm not exactly the music guy, but I like what I hear.
Go ahead with and this next one is called Lonely.
All right, so before as you guys are queuing it up, where did that one come from?
So this one actually came directly when I got out of jail from almost committing suicide in 2018. Basically, I was going through a lot. I have a child that I don't have the rights to see. Also, it's kind of weird because of the narrative that has been posted in the eyes of the court and the eyes of the law. But I was in a very toxic relationship, a very abusive relationship with a woman. And it's kind of difficult being a man in those kind of circumstances because anytime the cops get called, the first person to go to jail is the man, sadly. And so I was abused. And then the narrative got painted to where I looked bad. And then they put me in jail for domestic violence. And I was going through all these different charges and all these different feelings, and I didn't know how to process them. And when I got out of jail from the suicide, I knew I couldn't go down that route anymore. So I needed to express my feelings in some way, and I didn't feel comfortable expressing it to the people around me. So I decided to put it in the song.
When you were, even back when you were younger, were you a writer? So is this are songs journals?
For me, they are. I actually wasn't a big writer growing up. I didn't actually find my passion for music until about 2018. So I'm very early in my process of music. And this is actually all of my music has a little bit of story to tell about my life and the struggles that I've gone through.
So, all right, let's walk through coming up with the song. Do you get it all at once, or do you get pieces of it and then you put it down and you pick it up again?
It depends on what song. For these two songs specifically, I already had the idea already formed in my head months prior to even starting writing the song. So usually when I do that, I usually end up sitting down and writing. I study the beat for about 2 months, 3 months, and then after that, I'll have basically how I want to go about it, and then I'll actually start writing it. Once I start writing it, you can't stop the writer. You can't stop the creative progress. So I just keep going until it's finished.
And then when you write it and you put it down on paper, do you look back and say, wow, wow, that was heavy or that was deep or whatever?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially for this number one song, "Lonely." Not only did when I did write it, I was like, wow, I think I made a masterpiece. And then after that, I actually showed all my families and friends that are very close to me that already knew what I was going through, and I shared it with them, and it made everybody cry. It touched everybody's heart.
All right, Mom, this is one of them Jerry Maguire moments. All right, Mom, talk to us about how that was when you heard that one.
So when my son first, I actually was in Denver last weekend for a wedding, and I actually got to hear the complete version of it, and I still get a little bit emotional every time I hear it because I knew what he had went through and I knew what it took for him to write it. So I was very proud of him, but at the same time, it's emotional for a mom knowing when your child's going through that much pain and you're helpless because they're states away or sometimes there's nothing you can do.
So when you see him coming out of it, you look up and how's it make you feel then?
Today, I feel much better. He's in a great place. And I'm very proud of all the work that he's accomplished.
All right, Jackson, mom set you up, man. This is it. There you go.
I heard that. I appreciate you. Y'all ready for the song?
We ready. Hit us.
Go ahead. Look, never really thought it'd be this way. Why would she hurt? Man, I'm so lonely, yeah, I'm all in my head. No one ever listens, so I'm quiet instead. Nobody wants to help if your life is a mess. Wondered if they noticed me if I was dead. Only thing that keeps me here is weed and the meds. Only thing I fear is the fiend and the feds. Along with all of my deceiving as friends. Right around the time they see my success. Man, I just wanna get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just wanna go and make it all in. You know that just wanna get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just wanna go and make it all in. You know that bad feeling when you lose or you quit? Well, I have that kind of feeling every day that begins. I always get that feeling every chance that I get. And it makes me feel defeated before I even begin. That's the kind of feeling when I lost all my chips. That's the kind of feeling when I lost my own bitch. That's the kind of feeling when I lost my own kids. Then go ahead and tell them they can see me again. I don't believe in God cause I know that we sin. I know that I believe, but I know when it's him. I just don't believe in the life that we're in. Sometimes I think he put us here to see who would win. He put us in a match that was near to its end. But you don't want to quit cause you're already in. So you do what you do to survive in your fan. Until the game is over, then he puts you back in. Man, I just want to get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just want to go and make it all in. Man, I just want to get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just want to go and make it all in. Man, wanna get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just wanna go and make it all in. Man, I just wanna get out of my head. Sometimes I sit back and I contemplate death. Guess I'm just tired, yeah, I'm tired of stress. Sometimes I just wanna go and make it all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson. Man, we even rolled out the sound effects for you here. Say this is about what I got. So this is the one I got for my grandkids right there. But hey man, that's excellent right there. The topic is very important. Mary, I know you're proud. Yeah, man, that's some nice music. All right, so let people know one last time how they can find you.
They can again find me on all streaming platforms at I Am White Widow, all one word, no spaces. I Am White Widow.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson here. You'll hit it out the park, man. Really proud of you. Mary, mom, you did good. I see you. But yo, man, your mom's been promoting you. She had us in the studio playing your music, letting us know she's real proud of you. So, Mary, one last time, how can people find you? And anything you want to let us know about Poplar Springs out there?
Yeah, so Poplar Springs Hospital is available. We treat acute services, adolescents from 11 to 17. We have an acute adult unit that treats adults that are in crisis. We also have our military unit, which is for individuals that are active duty military that need help, as well as our outpatient PHP and IOP program at the Grove. So if you or anyone that you love is in crisis or needs some kind of mental health treatment, please, and you feel like you don't know whether or not they're suicidal, or maybe they're harmed to themselves and others, or whether they just need somebody to talk to, please reach out to us. You can call us at 1-866-546-2229. Again, that's 1-866-546-2229. You can come in for an evaluation by walking in the door or giving us a call, and we will evaluate you and help hook you up with the services that you need at no cost to you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Mary, good friends down at Poplar Springs Hospital. Nice job you did out there, man. We appreciate you coming in. We got to talk about your business. So, Mom, connect us, and that way we're gonna. Oh, I got your email. I'm gonna hit you up a time to come on back on. Always try and talk to business people out there who are doing some creative things, and that's something different. So, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the mic. The best business radio program around. I'd like to thank our good friends down at Poplar Springs Hospital. It is always a pleasure. All right, gotta go. Take care now. Thanks now, Jackson. Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mike.
Later.